Hey, what is happening? Today we're taking a look at Ross Cawthon's Radiant Charizard Inteleon deck that they used to get a top 16 finish at the World Championships just about a week ago. When you first look at the list, it might look like there's not a whole ton going on in the deck, and to be honest, there really isn't. Of course, we have the Radiant Charizard, which is a super powerful attacker, and the only real heavy-hitting attacker in the deck with the Combustion Blast, and that might cause you to think, well, then how are we actually drawing, 6 prize cards throughout a game? And that is what this deck is trying to do, is draw 6 prize cards, but we can use the Radiant Charizard quite a few times. You've got the Radiant Charizard itself, that's 1. Ordinary Rod, that's 2. And then there's 2 Claws in the list, so you could theoretically attack with the Radiant Charizard 4 times throughout a game, which if you're doing 250 damage or up to 280 with a Choice Belt, maybe a Zigzagoon gets involved for a couple pings. That should be enough to draw 6 prize cards against most decks in the format. But we can also attack with Inteleon in this deck with the Aqua Bullet for 120 damage. KOs a ton of stuff like Sobbles, Drizziles, Manaphy. I don't know, if you go up against any 1 prize decks like the Lunatone Soul Rock deck or the AzulGG deck, which are both pretty bad matchups because they usually attack first, and we don't really have a way to draw multiple prize cards in a turn. We're usually going to lose to those decks pretty consistently. I have squeaked out a couple wins against AzulGG because there is a rare candy in this list, so I can actually set up and attack with like an Inteleon on turn 2. It's pretty difficult to do, but it is a winnable matchup against AzulGG because of that. Without that, it would kind of just be kind of a face roll, and we would just lose pretty much instantly. But because of the rare candy and the fact that we can attack with Inteleon, because there's 2 of them in here, got the rare candy, got a couple Raihans, and we do play 2 basic water energy, you can keep up with some of the 1 prize decks sometimes. But this deck really is focused on taking down those big 2 prize decks in the format, the Palkia V-Stars, the Arceus V-Stars. Even Flying Pikachu isn't a terrible matchup because even though Flying Pikachu says basic Pokemon can't hit it, you can still hit it with Aqua Bullet and then pull off a Cross Switcher Boss's Orders combo with a Radiant Charizard to KO that for 3 prize cards, and then you just have to find 3 other prize cards from there to be able to close out games. So it's still very winnable up against the Flying Pikachu type decks for that reason. I've never attacked with Aqua Bullet so much as I have with this deck in particular. And besides that, the rest of the deck is just built around keeping Inteleons in play, using Inteleon as much as possible, and then giving us options to set up the Charizard faster and more aggressively. So we got Raihans, we got 3 Magma Basin, and 1 Twin Energy. So as soon as our opponent takes the first knockout, you can go like Magma Basin plus Raihan plus attach the Twin Energy that you found off your Raihan, and you can attack with a Combustion Blast as soon as your opponent just draws a single prize card, and then every prize card they draw after that, it's that much easier to use the Combustion Blast to take KOs or to just deal damage in general. Got a Mew in here for some late game comeback against like Roxanne's and Marnie's. Mew super good for that. Manaphy, of course, will protect our bench against the Greninja. And then a Snorlax for the early game draw with the Gourmandize is great as well. I did mention the cross switches. So there's 4 cross switches in here, which allows us to make really aggressive plays, specifically around the Clara, because the Clara can recover. In the late game, when our opponent's drawn 3 or 4 prize cards, we can use the Combustion Blast for a single Fire Energy or a Fire and a Colorless, which we can get from Attachment for Turn, plus the Magma Basin attachment, and then we can combo that with some cross switchers to take key knockouts to make sure we can stay ahead or even in the prize trade so we can close out the game and not fall too far behind. So the cross switchers are a super cool addition to this Radiant Charizard Inteleon deck that I hadn't really seen before until I saw Ross bring it out at the World Championships. That's all I really want to talk about as far as the list goes. Let's go and let's get some gameplay so I can really show you guys how this deck works. I know at first glance for quite a few of you it's going to be a little bit confusing. So let's get some gameplay and I'll break it all down. So if you guys want to catch some more gameplay from me with this deck, go check out the secondary YouTube channel AzulGG2. I post a ton of gameplay videos over there with all the decks that I play here with on the main YouTube channel almost all the time. Some of the best games from the stream. And if you're not checking out the stream, you should go check out that as well, twitch.tv/AzulGG. Links for both those will be in the description. Give them a click, give them a sub, give it a click, give it a follow. And then as always, if you guys ever want to get any of the deck lists that I play decks with here on the YouTube channel, I always upload them all over to PokemonCard.io, so you can quickly and easily import them or export them from PokemonCard.io and then import them into PTCGO so you can start playing with them as soon as you see the video go live. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into some games. All right, we won the coin flip. We are going first. That is something I debate with this deck a little bit, going first versus going second, because we almost like end up keep calling. Even games where we go first, sometimes we do just end up using keep calling on the next turn anyways. This start is fairly subpar. Not great, not gonna lie. What do we even want to do here? Against some kind of Arceus deck, so going to be a fine matchup overall. Sure. I'm gonna quick ball away the red candy. Not like it's like an okay card in this matchup, but I feel like it's not a necessary card. We did prize our Snorlax, so I think I am just going double Sobble here. I was thinking about trying to get. We can use the heavy ball to get the Snorlax next turn if we want. Let's take a quick look at our energy. We did prize a water. Okay, our ordinary rods here. Prize a magnet basin. All right. Sobble down and pass to my opponent. So we did prize. Yeah, we did prize our Snorlax. That's what I was thinking about trying to set up on this turn. And actually, currently, we would have to use like double cross switcher to be able to pull off a Snorlax this turn, which we could do, to be honest. It wouldn't be like that big of a deal to go about that route, but we probably won't. I don't think we're gonna go that route. We'll see. It is Duraludon. Okay, so the Duraludon matchup is actually pretty tough. Yeah, I find this matchup to be pretty tough. It's close. It's close. It's definitely winnable. Not a awful matchup by any means, I would say, but I would definitely describe it as a tough matchup. It definitely feels like a tough one. Level ball's pretty good. I don't think we need Zigzagoon in this matchup, so we could like retreat into. Okay, so now we could go like this to grab Drizzile. Use Drizzile. Grab ourselves Irida. Play the Irida. I'm gonna grab another Drizzile and the heavy ball, I guess. And then I'm gonna go ahead and heavy ball. Probably grab the Snorlax. I didn't think there was anything else prized that would be relevant. Yeah, prize cards are okay. Prizing the Inteleon pieces. The Inteleon doesn't matter so much. The Drizzile is kind of annoying, but we can survive. Then we're gonna energy search. Or we're gonna Drizzile for an energy search here. Get one of those energies in the discard pile. Now I could cross switch up the Duraludon, but I don't think I actually want to. Negative fire. Put down the active. Play the level ball. Grab another Sobble for the next turn. Sobble, Snorlax, and retreat to the Snorlax. Now, we are using Gourmandize. They are a pretty heavy Marnie deck. So if they Marnie us next turn, it wouldn't be great. But if they Marnie us, that means they're not bossing and KOing a Drizzile. So it's kind of like a fine trade-off, to be honest. Like, they have two good options here. One is boss KO the Drizzile. The other is to Marnie us, and they're going with the Marnie play here. But that means we do get to keep double Drizzile around. It is gonna make things awkward for us to potentially get a knockout on this next turn. But I'm definitely fine kind of whiffing the knockout here, to be honest, and just kind of setting up our board state further. And yeah, I don't think with this hand we're getting any kind of KO for sure. There's just a Duraludon to the bench. So the one thing that gets really scary is actually if they are able to evolve the second Duraludon before we can KO it. And with this hand, I don't think we're going to be able to KO with that Duraludon V at all. So that's not good. And that's what we're trying to avoid our opponent kind of getting there established towards that kind of board state. And send up the Goon. I'll return to a Fire Energy. So I'm going to go with Irida here. I'm going to grab. We do have the. Yeah, I have the Twin Energy, but I don't have anything else. I was like, we do have the Twin Energy. But that really doesn't lead to anything else, to be honest, unfortunately. We're very close to being able to actually pull off the attack. So I'm just going to go for the Inteleon in the net, I think. And I'll attach the water to the active Goon. And just Sobble and pass. I don't see really a reason to do anything else besides pass. We could have attacked with Inteleon this turn. Oh no, we couldn't have. We couldn't use Raihan and Irida. We couldn't have attacked with Inteleon this turn. I would like to have attacked with Inteleon this turn. Okay, there's the boss on the Drizzile. Okay, so now we have to go for a double cross switcher play on a Duraludon V. We have to go for that play here. So that's going to be our game plan on this turn. Tool Scrapper in hand. Now they could play Jammer and some other stuff, so we don't actually want to use that. So I need to go for. I need to get a lot of stuff here. Okay, let me think about this for a quick second. So Inteleon comes down. I'm going to go ahead and grab the quick ball so we can grab our Charizard. And then we need to Raihan. We do need to Raihan here, unfortunately. I think we have to Raihan here. Okay, so I'm going to grab, but I could grab the Rescue Carrier actually. To get another use out of a Drizzile and reestablish that Drizzile. So I like that a little bit more. So quick ball away the fire, I believe, is going to be the play here. Although that does kind of run us almost completely out of energy. I don't see a better quick ball target. Scanning for one, don't see one. Gonna grab our Radiant Charizard. We're gonna go with the Scoop Up Net to reset the Inteleon. Drizzile here. We're gonna go ahead and grab ourselves the Raihan. Need that. And actually, are we gonna be a card short here? I think we're maybe gonna be a card short here. Reestablish the Drizzile here. And we'll be able to Raihan to the Charizard. Yeah, we can't quite get the KO. Well, no. I'm down to... No. We do have the KO. Okay, I thought I was off by one. I thought I needed Magma Basin for a second. We don't need the Magma Basin, though. Okay, so we are set up. We have established this KO. This was a super important KO for us to get. We did get it because we have the Twin Energy in the hand. So very fortunate to actually have that in the hand. To be honest, it is just a one-of in the deck. Double cross switcher up the baby Duraludon. We got to get this KO before it evolves. I could bench this other Sobble, but I don't really need it, I don't think, right now, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really need to bench this Sobble here. So we're just going to go ahead and not bench it because I'd rather save room for Charizard to make its way to the bench. I guess it would have opened up the opportunity for another Shady Dealings, potentially. So maybe I actually should have benched the Sobble there. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll have enough Shady Dealings to get stuff rolling here. So this next KO we're looking for is going to be for the one-hit KO on the Arceus V-Star. It'll be a little bit easier to pull off. We are low on energy, though. We do have plenty of energy searches. Might have to go with the Ordinary Rod play to recover this. Well, we could go like Clara plus Magma Basin, actually. Boss Grab for my opponent. I'm curious to see if they actually follow through with that, because that doesn't actually do... I get to keep my Charizard if they go with a Boss Knockout. It's just a Trinity Nova into the active, though. Okay, so that's super good for us. So yeah, I think I could go with the Clara route here, actually. I think I have to go with the Clara route. Clara, Basin, Choice Belts. Yeah, we can retreat the Zigzagoon. That seems fine. I think that works. We did get an Energy Search. Now I kind of want to go the Ordinary Rod route because I did get the Energy Search. So we could go with the Shady Dealings. We could go with the Irida Ordinary Rod route. Get the Manaphy out of the deck. Burn that off the Quick Ball. And then we have Clara to get like a 2-hit KO on this last Duraludon. Because I have the Energy Search, so I could burn that as well. That's why I kind of want to use that. Go the Rod route instead. Open that off Irida. This should work, right? I need to get a Choice Belt. I'm -3, so I need to get a Magma. Okay, this works. Let's get the energy. Okay, so do this. Do both. Recover the Charizard. I don't think I need the Snorlax. I could have recovered the Snorlax there, but I'm pretty sure we can't afford to use the Snorlax there. Irida here. I'm going to grab a Scoop Up Net and the Manaphy. Love to grab the Manaphy here. Take that out of the deck. Next, we need to Scoop Up Net, reset this Inteleon. Shady Dealings here. And we need to grab Quick Ball. Shady Dealings for Quick Ball. Magma Basin. Okay. Quick Ball away the Manaphy. Gonna thin out the deck a little bit here, actually. Get the opportunity to do that, which is nice. Put the Zard down. I guess I could have set up the Inteleon, to be honest, because then I would have had this Zigzagoon as a pivot still, so I definitely think I messed that up, to be honest. I should have not sent up Zigzagoon as my Pokemon to send to the active there. That was definitely a mistake, to be honest. I'm gonna burn the Heavy Ball, of course. And unfortunately, I don't have a chance to establish Mew either in play here, which is also unfortunate. I would love to establish Mew here to have an out up against, a better out up against those Marnies. Our opponent probably doesn't play the Roxanne, so I could have had a pivot in play. Mess that up. I think I should bench the Sobble now at this point. Get out of play. And there we go. 280. We KO this Arceus. So now the Duraludon makes its way to the active. Now we got to deal with the Duraludon. Oh, we had a net prize. I thought we only had one net left total. And we got the Inteleon, so 2 really good prize cards there, actually. We unfortunately can't establish a Charizard anymore through just Irida because we did use our Rod. That's like usually our one way to try and do that. We can sometimes establish a Zard through just Irida. We're not going to be able to do that this time around. Okay, KO on my Zard, but now we just need Clara and chain Clara twice, and we will win the game that way. So we're actually in a really, really good spot here, and I'm actually in a spot where I can establish my Mew as well, should we get Marnied. The Mew can come down. And then I can actually net the Inteleon first. seems fine. Shady Dealings. Gonna grab the Clara, and then Shady Dealings. Well, I guess then I have to use my... I don't have any Sobbles in play if I do it like that. If I did it like this, to be honest. I'm like 100% reliant on Inteleon, which I don't love. Actually, this is actually a pretty bad choice, I think. You have to do both here. Get the Zard and the energy. Yeah, that was actually a mistake, to be honest, because now I'm like locked into just Inteleons as options. Mysterious Tail. Grab the Choice Belt, I think. I think I may as well hit this a little bit harder, right? There's no reason not to just go ahead and really punch this Duraludon. Okay, so now if I do get Marnied, I'm literally locked in on drawing into my last Evolution Incense. But to be honest, we're very likely to see it because we only have 12 cards left in our deck here. We've thinned out our deck pretty well overall. We only have 12 cards left in our deck, so we do have a pretty good chance of seeing it. Actually, if we get double... Ooh, do we actually... We actually still KO, but if they have another Hyper Potion, actually... We can't KO this. There's another DTE. No Hyper Potion. Thank goodness. Because actually, yeah, we would have lost if they had another Hyper Potion here. So this matchup, yeah, like I said, this matchup feels pretty close. Duraludon is just a lot bigger of a Pokemon than we want to be able to deal with, but we're just able to deal with it here in the end. There's my Evolution Incense. Actually, maybe we had 2 Evolution Incense left. Yeah, we did have 2 Evolution. So we had a really good odds of drawing it off of getting Marnie there. And usually... Like I said, they usually don't play Roxanne, so it's almost guaranteed to be a Marnie. But insanely close game here up against the Duraludon. Yeah, if they had a Hyper Potion there, they would have just won. So we barely squeaked this one out, only over KOing by about 60 damage there. So yeah, they just needed, like, if they could heal 60 more damage, we would just lose that one. So super close one up against the Duraludon VMAX. But like I said, the way it tempos out, it's definitely winnable, as you see there. An extra Hyper Potion from my opponent definitely would have put us in the ground. And early game Marnie spam can make it hard for us to get those initial KOs to begin with. Like, if we don't KO that Duraludon V before it becomes a VMAX, we also just kind of lose. So super close game up against the Duraludon VMAX there. And that's going to do it for this gameplay with the Charizard Inteleon deck that Ross Cawthon used to a top 16 finish at the World Championships. If you guys want to catch some more gameplay from me with this deck, check out the secondary YouTube channel, AzulGG2. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.